were to describe the Aqua Zumba Tour 2025 in one word, what would be your word? Okay, can I say mine? Dopamine hit.
That's 2 words.
Okay, dopamine.
Yeah, I was going to say something high, like something exhilarating.
Yes. It was like dopamine hit after dopamine hit after dopamine, everything, every single day, several experiences every day.
How has this tour changed how you're going to teach or professionally continue with Aqua Zumba?
Definitely. It's tied up to the reason why I do classes with you and I like scheduling our tour because it's like my reignition of the year so that I am fired up. And every year we happen to inspire each other in different ways. We always get deep and it's always life changing. This year, I will say in particular, is being more genuine and highlighting who we truly are, thinking less of what to do to wow people and more of what to do for us to enjoy every second. And because through that, everybody's going to feel the love through what we're doing. So how about you?
I think my answer is confidence. I
Okay.
feel really confident in what I'm doing. And maybe the songs about us helped, like the lyrics to the T. But yeah, it's like after the warm up, I was just so fired up because I'm so sure, like, oh, people are here because they love the program, but they trust me. They trust you. They trust us. And whatever we do, whatever's going to happen, they know it's going to be amazing. And I think sometimes I lose that when I'm teaching my day-to-day classes. Like, okay, is this song fun? Is this song new enough? Is this song current enough? Is it intense enough? Is it dancey enough? Like I get into my head and now I'm like, we're doing a lot of good things. Of course, we can always keep improving and we're never going to be done. But I feel like I got this. We got this.
And you're absolutely right. On the side that when we create the choreographies before the tour and then we send it to each other, like I always think, oh, my choreographies are so basic. And then I send them to you and you're like, wow, I love this choreography. And I'm like, but it's so basic. And he's like, no, it's so much fun. So it tied up to what you just said. Sometimes we just get paranoid thinking that our classes are not that good or that much fun or that good of technique. But then when you hear another person that you respect in the same field telling you, no, this is awesome, it's like, yes, it gives you confidence. So I want to thank you for giving me confidence.
No, me
this
too.
year.
And thanks to the people who came because there were parts in this music where it was like you would like push and they were like, hey, and you're like, whoa, that's not what I was going for, but it was so much higher.
Yes, like they will take every move to the next level themselves in the pool, right? We were like, wow, like magic was being created in front of our eyes because we didn't even plan it.
Yeah, you're like transcending the choreo and then it's the choreo that was meant to be and then they put it to life and you're like, wow, I just gave birth to this.
Okay, what was your favorite song to perform in the tour 2025?
I think the favorite song is because it's a favorite moment is when I was doing Sapphire, Ed Sheeran, and we were all going on stage together. We were all getting on the pool deck together. You and Satomi and Michelle just stopped and like had a moment and watched. And I felt like just the way the sun was coming down, reflecting off the pool. It was the first time that I'd done that song, so I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't have the choreography perfectly, but just that moment and having like my team and my besties watching, I think that's like a key core memory that I'll hold on to.
And you started the song, and that was the class in Utah. Michelle, Satomi, and I were supposed to join you. But then you just looked like so radiant, and it just felt like so special that I just grabbed the girls and we hugged each other and we started crying. It was towards the end of the class, and just to know that we did it, this is something that we've been wishing to be able to do, teaching the 4 of us together for Richard and I to go to Utah to highlight their amazing jobs, Satomi and Michelle, and just the fact that we did it, that we were together, that we were enjoying every single second, and that we highlight each other. It's so beautiful. So we were just like inhaling your greatness because I did say like, oh, thank God we have Richard in Aqua Zumba because he makes Aqua Zumba look so freaking good. And we were just hugging and being in the present and crying while watching Richard. So yes, it was a very special moment. I agree.
I thought it was both ways because it's like you had to be there, but you had to be in my brain, but I guess.
Yes, that was
Special from the side.
from the other side, from the other point of view. Yes. And for me, the best part was your lift. So in the Richard Aqua Zumba King song, the day before when we were traveling, because we landed in Utah and few hours later, we were already teaching the training and then the masterclass, so we had no time to prepare. But the day before, I had this idea of having all of us lifting Richard in a particular part of his song, but we didn't have time to make it happen. So Richard was teaching, we were co-teaching the training, but then I left him teaching the training on his own, and we went outside with Michelle, Satomi, Beto, and Fernando, and we were like, okay, let's see how we're gonna make this lift happen. So we practiced it now with Richard, and Richard was the one who we were lifting. So we had 5 minutes in between the training and the master class, and I just said, dude, in this part of your song, you just do a thrust fall, and don't worry, we got you. And he did it with zero rehearsal. He did it.
Well, you did it. My job was easy. I just had to.
Yeah, so for me, it was like, no way we make this happen. Because even like the girls were saying, like, is this gonna happen? We don't have time. We didn't have time to prepare. And I said, it doesn't matter. If it goes well, it will look majestic. If it goes bad,
Break
it
his
will
neck.
be hilarious and everybody will be laughing. So let's just go for it. But like with no concern of how it was gonna come up, it came out in the most amazing way. And I was like, on top of the world. That's another reason why I love working with you, because we don't over prepare, we don't stress. Actually, we flow better when we kind of have an idea of what we want to do, but we're still molding it. So that's why it was special to do 3 master classes in this tour, because it's like every class we molded it depending on the people coming to the class, depending on the state, depending on the people teaching with us. So it's like we have different inspirations and then we mold the class to something different. That's why I adore working with you. It's very relaxing and everything's fun. Whether it goes well or bad, we're just laughing and having fun. And I think that people can feel that too.
Yeah.
Why do you like going on tour with me?
Why do I like going on tour with you? It's so easy to, I don't want to say sell, but it's so easy to talk about you because I love you so much and I love everything you do. And I'm just obsessed with anytime you create something. So I feel like when we're teaching the day to day, we're in our trainings, we're in our lives, then we're going to just keep doing the stuff that works. And I love seeing you shine because it's like, okay, it's going to be a tour. It's going to be special. Like, and you're like, I don't have any inspiration. I don't know. I haven't taught in so long. I'm not ready. ZinCon is 2 months away. Give me time. And then I go to bed in Europe. And when I wake up 3 hours later, it's like, I created this and this and this and this and this and this. So I love seeing you shine. I love seeing you create and make magic and masterpieces. And it's easy for me to say, come to this class because it's going to be amazing because this woman is here, because Maria's here, the co-creator of Aqua Zumba, the queen of flow, light, love, energy, passion. It's just such an easy, I think it's
That's
kind of the same
beautiful.
reason.
Thank you. Thank you. And since you mentioned the Queen of Flow, we've been talking about your song. So could you please share with everybody how you felt when you received your song made by my friend with AI, which is called Richard Gormley Aqua Zumba King. So how do you feel when you heard that the first time?
It was so cringe. She was like, send me a video. And I was like, sitting like this. Like, I just wanted to like put my head in the sand, like go underwater and wait for it to be over. It was so cringe. Having a song that just brags about you and talks about you and pumps you up. So yeah, the first time I heard it, I loved yours, but mine, I couldn't listen to it.
So I received mine first, and it was a surprise we didn't plan it. My friend just surprised me with a song about me.
And actually, she didn't want to open the message.
And he heard it first and he was obsessed with it. And he's like, you have to listen to this. It's awesome. And when I heard that, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. It's very uncomfortable to know that you have to choreograph and perform to a song that is bragging about you. So I was like, I find it hilarious, but like awesome. No. And then he was so happy about it. I was like, oh, really? You want a song about you? I'm going to ask my friend to make one. So my friend sent him the song and then he experienced the same. And I was like, see? It feels very narcissistic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But because we were teaching together and with our friends, then it becomes like, it brings the energy up, right?
Yeah.
Every time those songs play, we're like, wow, energy at 1,000%. And it is because we know it has history, everything that has a deeper meaning, then it's more fulfilling and it's more fun to teach.
Name I'm sure there's many, but can you pick one person who had an impact before, during, after a class in this tour? A conversation or a look or an exchange with one person.
Oof. Okay, okay. Do you have yours?
Well, I think directly of the couple wedding dance.
Yeah.
There was the couple in the front row. We saw them have a magic moment when we did a partner dance and they immediately went for each other and you could see something like a spark light.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was like love. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were so into the whole class on top of that. They were giving us so much energy and they were right in the front. It was just beautiful to see. But let me think. We had so many different moments.
Yeah, Texas.
A person in particular, we're talking about a person. She took the master class in Utah, but she was a part of the training in Utah. But it was more because of our conversation, Linda, that I have with her, and that we got to discuss other things in life. But that's not related to the class. So let me think. Oh, this is a tough one.
This is a tough one. But I think too, also, like, there were so many that it's hard to
Yes.
say just one. And so many too realizations that we have people we know in Texas, we have people we know in Utah, we have people we know who flew in from other places. So we were like, wait a second, don't you live in Colorado? And don't you live in Idaho? Don't you come from Seattle? Putting it together like, oh, you're the one who won the Aqua Zumba mermaid contest costume.
Yes, Judy was awesome. Yes, that was cool.
And like putting together the dots, like, oh, that's true, you're in Texas, so stuff like that.
Yes, and me seeing my B1 Zumba babies in Texas that I trained in Maryland and in Tennessee, and then meeting up with them in Texas was very special as well. Okay, so what would you do different in our next tour?
I think we held back in planning. Like, I think I would have gone for it more. Like, one more class here, two more class. Like, I think I would have tried to do an extra class. Like, we let Vegas go. We're like, okay, it's not meant to be, but we went to Vegas anyway. So I think like throwing something on, see if it catches. And if it did, we do it. If it doesn't, too bad. We go have a great cirque show in Vegas instead. I think we could have done Vegas or Denver or.
So you feel like
One
we could
more
have
stop.
done one more stop.
And probably this is just because I don't want it to end.
Like, how are you feeling today? Because we've been on the road for 3 weeks almost, and I'm having amazing adventures with friends after the Zumba events. And today is the last class of the tour in Virginia, and you have to teach an aqua jam session before.
All by myself.
So imagine
Without
if we had already a third stop and this was the fourth one, how do you think you would be feeling right now? Like, physically, to give 100% to the people.
Correct. No, I just woke up.
Delusional.
It's noon. It's 1 p.m. and we just woke up
Yes, and in an hour and a half, he starts his jam session.
without Michelle.
Yes, correct. So yeah, it's much easier, obviously, when you work with. We're so blessed that we are really true friends and colleagues at the same time. Because of course we have amazing colleagues that we have more of a business friendship, let's say. But there's some other people that like you really get to become true, deep friends with. And we're so blessed that we got to teach the four of us, because it's like the flow just feels so different because we're there invested in each other, highlighting each other and like making each other look good, representing Aqua Zumba. We're there with the same purpose, is Aqua Zumba. Because that's what I've noticed, that every year when we do master classes together or we do our tour, it fires up the rest of the Aqua Zumba instructors. And then we get messages of people saying, oh, I want to get back into teaching Aqua Zumba because I just saw your video, or I want to get the license because of this. So it's like, I felt that our purpose is bigger with this tour. It's not just highlighting ourselves, but it's in reality, we're highlighting Aqua Zumba in general for everybody to feel like, oh, I want to do that. I want to go on tour with my bestie, and like, or I want to do special events with my bestie. So yeah, we're very lucky that we got to teach with Michelle and Satomi.
And it wouldn't have been easy if they weren't such professional. Like, it's not just that it's, okay, 2 weeks a year, we need to, practice and rehearse and get good. These girls work all year round, like all instructors do. They're working nonstop. They're true professionals, because you can't improvise. You can't put together a lift in 5 minutes. You can't choreograph and block and get people in and out if you're not used to doing it all year for 25 years as well.
Yes, it's so easy to work with them because they make anything look fantastic and professional and fun. It's like the whole package. So yeah, we don't want to share Michelle and Satomi with anyone, just so you know.
She doesn't share them with me.
They belong to me. I've been nice allowing him to work with them, but he has to be nice to me. to maintain that contract.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
and she has to be there too.
cancel. What would I have done different? Because I asked that question, but I really have no idea. Okay, so different. Man, I don't know. I think for me, this was just so perfect. Unbelievably perfect. Like very surprisingly perfect. Like the fact that I didn't know which music to use for this year. I was like in a funk. I was blocked because of other things that have happened to me. And then the songs land on our lap. And then like everything has just been happening. Like the magic. Everything has been just like unbelievably perfect.
And we actually got a fourth song that we're like, we can't. Like submissions for this tour is closed. I didn't even open it.
Because we were already on tour when we received the
Overwhelmed.
last song. And then last night, right before the last class of the tour,
When we should have been sleeping.
exactly, we should have been resting. We were like, how about this song? And choreograph it at midnight. So hopefully it will go well today with this song that
We know it will.
yeah, everything has just been so beautiful. That's why we keep saying that the whole tour has been sponsored by the universe, because it's like we have been going, but we also have that ability to bend and flow and adapt quickly instead of being strict and stressed out. Like I only saw you stressed out once.
Ooh, what was that?
At the beginning of the Texas class.
Oh, yes.
When the DJs had not arrived because they were a little late, but it doesn't matter. They were fantastic and they added so much value to the class. So Richard was concerned about the sound. He was testing the pool sound and I could see his demeanor. He was stressed out and he was like, he didn't like the pool that we had chosen to use. He wanted the other pool, but it was too late to switch. And I could see it but it was just like for what, 10 minutes?
Did you know there was another sound system coming? Because it was really like the Ion Block Rocker from Costco for 100 people and a huge pool with a really high echoey ceiling. So you would be stressed out too. Did you know there was something coming?
I know, but we kept telling you the DJs are coming. Maybe you didn't hear it, or maybe you didn't believe it, or maybe I don't
Maybe
know.
the DJ was going to use this block rocker, like, and just press
Or
play.
maybe because it was his first time working in Texas. I've been there, a mostly Latino community that joins our classes. I have worked with Ligia, my bestie, and our host in this case, and I know her flow. And I know that people are late because we're Latinos, we're always late. So obviously the DJs were going to be late. So I was like, that's it will be amazing. That you were stressed out for 15 minutes. But I did not see you stressed out other than that. Did you see me stressed out? Or upset? I only saw you upset once.
And only you can tell, probably.
One night that he chose to sleep on the floor because somebody in the room was snoring.
Many people in the room were
And instead of jumping into somebody else's bed, he decided to sleep on the floor. When we woke up, somebody was a little grouchy. But it was his decision. He had options. So, but that was the only time. Did you see me upset or stressed out?
Well, yes, but you had good reason. When we were shopping and you learned that something very personal and deep happened. And
my dog passed away.
Yeah, my dog passed away. And timing was not ideal because we're here, but also ideal considering we had just finished all of the major events in Utah. And we were just leaving to have this amazing, beautiful vacation experience. And at that point, in that moment, I was saying, let's turn around. Like, let's get you back to the house. Let's book your trip home to Miami. Take care of you. Do what you need to do. Family first. That's in that moment I saw a little end, a big change in plans.
Yes. And it was at that moment I understood why also the universe was sponsoring all of this and having you next to me, because it was 5 of us, but the others were shopping on their own and we were together at the moment when I received my sister's phone call. And I just like sat on the floor, but I knew you were like protecting me. You were like supporting me. I could feel your love and your energy. I felt the freedom to take my time to just be there because it was like frozen for minutes. I mean, I don't know how long it was.
Like, 20 minutes in the crackers aisle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when I stood up, you were just like looking at me with your eyes, also full of tears. And I just felt your love. So I think it was meant to be. Thank you for being there for me. I love you. It was beautiful to have you backing me up. You were the chosen one to be with me in this moment. Yeah. Tough times.
Going forward to end on a high, how is this propelling you into the next best thing? Because you're someone who keeps evolving and, there's one project to the other. So I know now you're going to say, okay, check, come back to it later. But what's next? What's next for you?
To be honest, I always knew, especially through all of the things I've been going through this year, I knew that this tour was my celebration of ending of a cycle of Maria Browning. I know that I am gonna take off in unknown routes. It's exciting. It feels right. It feels beautiful. And I don't know if I am going to be doing tours, Aqua Zumba tours again. I want to, obviously, but I am embracing what the universe has for me, and I am holding on tight to anything. I am on the opposite, enjoying every second of this tour as if it was the last one, and if it is the last one, do it. What a last tour. I will be like forever happy for how it all ended. I just know that there's a big shift that's about to happen in my life, and it was so special to be able to close this chapter with you, with my Aqua Zumba, that is my special baby, my special love, in full celebration with songs about royalty and Maria, the Queen of Flow. Wow, what a way to end. And I am just so excited to, for the first time in my life, not be in fear of what's going to happen, but to have full trust that is going to be beautiful and that is going to take me to some other magical place. So I'm very excited about this, and this is a beautiful celebration. How about you?
So you asked me earlier, like, what do you think your purpose in life is? Like, what are you here to do? And I've always known that that's joy, spreading love, spreading joy, helping, like, showing my joy and showing like the state I'm in. I know it brings other people up. So by being in joy, I can help other people be in that space. And I think having done that in a 45-minute or 2-hour class, it's amazing. And I think people go home and they're better moms, better wives, better bakers, better husbands, better cousins, better whatever roles that they have in their life because they gave themselves this joy. They gave themselves this 1 hour. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, what's next? Like, how can we have a lasting effect? How can we, instead of having 1 or 2 days of this high, because that was your one word, like this euphoria, this dopamine high, and maintaining and sustaining that from a day-to-day basis. And I think what we had this last week personally, and just with the girls and traveling around, we had this kind of mini retreat. So I hope and I feel that this is going to propel me forward into a next level of creativity for months, or maybe I'll never be the same. And so now my question to myself and maybe you is, how can we take this to the next level? How can we give people that euphoria, that joy, that dopamine that lasts, so that maybe it's spending a week, maybe it's, getting together and doing Aqua Zumba or, other things on a retreat together for a few days.
You mean maybe allowing people to join us on this kind of mini retreat we just had with our inner circle friends?
That's my next pitch.
Inviting others, but would they be able to take it with our deep questions like, what's your purpose in life?
Wow.
We're like deep and like psychology tests that we do on each other. So it will have
The answer is all in the water. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Flowing with the
I
water.
think there's potential there to turn this into
It will
something.
definitely be only for people that are willing to explore themselves more. So realizations like, or about what's your real purpose in life, or what's the reason why you reacted in a certain way to certain situation. And like, we just help each other to discover each other. So maybe allowing other people, but it will have to be a selective group of
It would have to be
10. What would be the magic number?
Wow. Now we gotta play numbers, and yeah, like I think that would be 10, 12 would be good.
Max 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So, wow.
Well, stay tuned. Now we gotta get on. I gotta get into retreat organizer mode.
Okay, our manager is telling us we have to cut and go because he has to teach the jam session, and then we're going to the master class. So maybe we try to do this if we still have energy and do some comments about the last class. But thank you. This has been beautiful.
Amazing.
I love you.
Love you. Good morning.
This is the last hour, a few hours together. 2 hours together.
Not even.
Not even.
How long is the drive?
It's an hour long, so we have like an hour and a half together before we split apart after 3 weeks. End of tour. We're very sleepy and tired. I slept 2 hours.
However long I was in the room, I slept. So midnight till 6 a.m. So.
Okay, so you got a good night.
slept well.
So you feel good, fresh.
I should.
You didn't have time to fix your hair. You have daddy.
You can tell the dead hair.
You were the one who brought it to my attention. Otherwise, I would never notice the difference. Anyway, so remarks from the tour.
I was realizing when I woke up, I was like, yesterday was amazing. It was the best one. It was so good. But like, I can say that about Texas. I can say that about Utah. Like, each one was the best class ever, or the best training ever, the best jam ever, but in its different way.
In a totally different way, but it's very hard to pick one favorite one because they all have different reasons to be favorite.
Definitely.
Like, what would be your reason for Texas to be favorite?
I think the novelty of it, like hearing the music for the first time, the choreographies coming to life for the first time, the reaction to people, seeing us together, having Memo there. We could not recreate or put it on the same level as Utah or...
It was absolutely special because we had just picked you up at the airport, drove straight to the class pretty much, and yeah, the excitement wasn't real. We were like kids in Christmas. We couldn't believe we were doing it. So it felt like super magical in a different way. Besides, for me, it felt like, I don't know, I think we have more Latinos in the
Yeah,
class,
definitely,
right?
definitely.
So it was like my people. I don't know, we connected immediately. We like become besties in a second, and I already knew most of them in the class, so it was just very special. I hadn't been in Houston in 4 years. Yeah, just partying with my people, with my Ligia, with her family, seeing her family, her babies. Yeah,
True.
it was like, oh.
And the fact that it actually happened, because I think when I was booking the flight, I was like, well, if I arrive on time, we'll have the class together. Like, so many things had to go perfectly. And if there was one error in any logistic or flying and with any of us, then it would have been different.
But that's the one thing that made the biggest difference for me in our tour. I don't think I've ever been this chilled in 3 weeks of events. Like, we did not stress. We were like, okay, if you make it from Europe, it's fine. If not, I have Memo. Like, we were not stressing about
Totally.
anything. And that's not normal. Like, we're usually like on top of
Concerned,
our
yeah.
Yeah. It was, yes, I loved it that maybe you work more that way. You're very adaptable. That's one thing that I was like in awe of seeing you squeezing in Zoom presentations in the conference in Australia in the middle of the night while we were in Texas, and like in the hotel get out because I need to teach a 1 hour long yoga class in the middle of our trip. It was like you still booked so much in the middle of our trip that I was like, whoa, it blew my mind. I would be so nervous that the conditions, the environment were not perfect and that I wouldn't have good Wi-Fi. Like, that doesn't even bother you.
Yeah, it is what it is, right? Like, there's nothing I can do in that moment, there's nothing I can do to fix it, or maybe I can switch from my hotspot to the, like,
that
Wi-Fi.
That really blows my mind. Like, and you can switch gears from, I'm teaching this event, but now it's like a totally different event on Zoom. Like this, I need like preparation, I need an hour meditation to go.
I didn't have that. We finished our master class in Texas. We were into this Mexican place, which is the thing I wanted the most, Tex-Mex. So we sit down, we order, and then I get a text from Australia like, we're online waiting for you. And I was like, but it's on Saturday. What day is today? Friday. But what day is it in Australia?
Abort. We gotta go to the house to set up, and you made it right on time to say hello to everybody. I would have been so stressed out, but the way you handle it is like, it's eye-opening for me. It's like, it's doable. I could work this way. There's no reason to be stressed out and like to require so much time. And you get ready. Well, you're a guy, so you get ready in 5 minutes.
Easier.
Yeah, so maybe that was rubbing off on me.
Okay.
And maybe that's why, because I do realize that I was like very chilled during this whole trip, and that was pretty cool. Feeling proud of myself.
Look at you now, going to teach a basic one.
Yeah, with 2 hours of sleep. Yes. So what would be your favorite part of Utah class? What makes Utah the best class? Because they are all best.
Yeah, they're all the best, but in their own special way. Definitely having not to explain what we're doing. Like, I don't even feel like we needed to introduce ourselves, because Aqua Zumba it's like a mature market. It's developed, it's done. So we're coming into something where we don't have to explain, where we don't have to introduce what Aqua Zumba is, who we are, what we're gonna do.
Everybody
We just walked in.
was so good in the water.
They knew what to do. We started moving. Even before we started, there's background music playing. They were bouncing. They, had the range of motion, the ability to move. The pool was amazing. It was like a perfect square. It was hard to teach. I always have a hard time when it's 25 meters wide. You have to teach like there to there.
That was a little challenging for you in all of the pools, right?
Yeah. It's so wide, like to make the energy go this way, but you're that way.
So you're welcome that I changed yesterday's class to the narrow part.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have such.
Definitely, that worked in my favor. I felt more connected to the people when they're closer, even if they're kicking each other and like super tight.
We don't care because for us it's better.
You get the energies. So the challenge was the super wide, but and at the same time it wasn't a challenge because even if I was looking here, the people in the back corner over there were just as engaged. So they made it really easy, and that gave me a lot of energy. As you can see, I was like, my legs the whole week, I was like, what did I do? It was just a class.
But
they
also
definitely
the
give us
fact,
energy.
all of what you mentioned, and the fact that we knew no matter what we did, it was going to be fantastic because we had Michelle and Satomi.
Yeah.
And they're so professional. It looks like a super professional team.
And the entire Utah crew, like I think we were 20 instructors on deck, and all of those instructors brought 3, 5, 10, 20 students. So the fact that people trusted us because they trust Aqua Zumba because they have such good classes on a Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. in Vasa or YMCA or Provo Rec Center or wherever they are. So I think it was like, I think it felt like a special moment for them too. There was a build up. Their instructors were talking about it for months. So this was the day.
Yes, agreed. And there was just something magical in the air. Even though I was so concerned, that was my biggest concern in the whole trip, that my lungs were not going to do well. My Hallandale Beach lungs in the Utah altitude. And we were like looking at each other like we're not even sweating.
We didn't sweat at all.
And like we're not tired at all. We were like, is this a dream? It was like, wow, yeah, amazing. What makes the Virginia class the best?
I think this was the best because we had time to practice and work out the kinks in all the other places. So we just walked in and we're like, okay, this is the lift, this is the trick, this is the, the turn. But on the other hand, so it was our best performance because we had practiced and rehearsed it so much. But also we were like, we got this. Like, we said this, like, we're not going to over-rehearse or overdo it because we don't want it to look staged. But at the same time, so many things that I overlooked, like your turn, your dip.
We were more professional, less playful.
So professional.
Less silly. So then our engagement with each other was just professional. It was very rehearsed.
I think it's because we had so many corporate heads and managers and we met them all right before.
I don't know, maybe that the songs were not novelty anymore because we've been like laughing every time our new songs played, but this time it was just like, oh, it's just another song, let's just do it. But then I forgot to take off your shirt and your song and put the crown on you. Like we forgot the playful silly things that were like the wow moments for everybody, even though we still had wow moments, but those were the rehearsed ones.
Yeah.
I know, it was very interesting.
And we added too many little touches because we also had a king cave. We also had another original song that we hadn't planned on using, and we used it.
But because we were very mindful to do something a little different for each of the classes so that there was the wow part in each class and like a new song was released in each of the classes. So that's why we released a new song last minute, which turned out very well.
Yeah.
I was very mindful to bring something different in every class and to make sure that we were doing the lifts and the what we consider performance. Did you see my comment in your husband's post yesterday?
No.
Okay, so I opened my Instagram at midnight, and then it's Daniele, husband, which is a professional performing at a cirque, which is a whoa. And then so I commented, this is proof that we're delusional. Thinking that our thing is a performance. And we're just being silly on the deck entertaining. We're entertainers, definitely.
Definitely.
Not performers.
Yeah. They're smiling because it's funny, not because
Not because it's wow.
they're blown away.
Correct, yes. Yesterday's class, the fact that it was outdoors, it was a wow.
That's true. It was the only one really outdoors.
The only one outdoors, and it's a different magic, and the videos were gorgeous.
And the timing was perfect because it was like 100 degrees, it was so hot, and then it got cloudy, almost like overcast, kind of stormy, and then it was like a little breeze. So again, perfect. Sponsored by the Universe, weather, teaching, and then it ended at 6:30. At 6:31, it starts to rain and storm, and
Time.
Fernando was like...
And also it was very special for me because it's my people in Maryland, Virginia, DC. Even though not many of them in the pool as students, most of them in your jam session, but just seeing their faces there, hanging up, partying with them. And the people that came back, that came a year ago, and they liked it so much, they kept up with the event to make sure they wouldn't miss it this year. That was very special.
Yeah, because they're all people you've trained, right? So maybe not the students,
but the people that came to the class, most of them are just students.
Amazing.
Yeah, because I was talking to them in the locker, and they were just like, yeah, I just kept asking for, when is the class, so I don't miss it. But they're regular students.
Oh, wow.
No.
But they wouldn't be students if they didn't have instructors who you trained over the last 20 years.
Correct.
That's beautiful because you get to see the impact that you're having, you know, when you're teaching and training, whether it's online, in person. Sometimes you only got 2 hours of sleep and you might want to just go home. But when you think, okay, today I'm training people who are going to have an impact on more lives and then more people discovering Zumba. So that's like,
you know what, that could also be a
result.
factor, the fact that this is home for me and I am not in performance mode because I have not placed myself as celebrity in my own area. I'm just the Zumba mommy. It's different. Maybe my demeanor is different because even the welcoming everybody during the jam session and the aqua, it's like, with my people, I'm just happy to see them. I recognize them. I know their names. Different than on the other states. That is like, hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? For how long you've been a Zumba instructor? It's a very different flow. So maybe my flow was just different. Maybe it's just me. Because he also forgot to put the crown on me at the right time during my song.
It happened so fast.
What was the funniest moments of the tour?
Yes, moment. Some things I don't realize they're funny, and then I see a video back, or like just again, the delusion, or like just the natural flow. Like this morning, I saw you posted the story of me like eating 2 minutes before the jam on the floor, and you're like as if he was born and raised in Japan. Did you know they don't have
Literally 4 minutes before he starts his jam session, he's having his first meal of the day on his most comfortable position, as if he was born and raised in Japan. Your position.
It's like a deep and then as I was teaching the jam, I was like you like stretching it out in the same position. So I think being observing and being observed and like doing stuff that I can normally get away with, bringing it to the intention and just all the inside jokes.
Yeah, the funny moments were like you and I hanging out outside the class, but not necessarily during the class.
Yeah. I mean, we had so many good laughs, so many it was therapy.
It was beautiful, yes. And I think it was the perfect amount of time to do this tour. Would you do it again 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
I think it was the perfect amount of time because I had a week. I also got to see my brother in Utah. I also got to have time to decompress. I should have kept up with work a little bit more. My emails and everything is just
hard.
like out of control, plus social media. So I'm like,
and
I need to get home.
We had no reception in Utah.
Yeah, zero. And we didn't bring her computers. So there's like that. I had such a good time disconnecting and I needed that. But now I'm like, I need to get home and get caught up on this, and this, prepare that, and that for next week.
But I was prepared for that. I prepared to be disconnected during all this time, so I was not concerned or like stressed out because I know it can stress me out. So I know I have things to do, but I was more prepared for that. But also I don't go back home to a husband and kid. So you're maybe more concerned because you have to go back to spend time with family, but then you have to work. I'm free. So yeah, very different conditions. But yeah, because I don't see how you could have worked. I actually think we accomplished so much. Like the amount of posting we did, I am impressed.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not my regular go-to. I will be like, oh no, when this is over, I'll post because I'm going to be present in the moment. I prefer to not miss this moment just because I have to post. But we were like alternating, helping each other.
I was just accepting collabs and resharing everything. So Satomi, Michelle, and Fernando definitely helped out with the flow of keeping up. Because that's when we started seeing even people here, they're like, well, yeah, I've been following the last 2 weeks. And we know that you were at this place. And we know you did that. And we saw that this happened. So it was cool that also, like, of course, we want to be in the moment and we want to, we had the time. But then when you have a 6-hour drive, if someone's driving and someone else is,
working. But without saying it,
Yeah.
we were compensating for each other and we were like working on different stuff. So definitely the teamwork makes
Yeah.
a huge difference, because most of the time we go on tour alone and we have to do all of this, and then you get no rest because you finish the event and you have to go and work on posting and editing videos and replying to emails and messages, and there's registrations for the training, upcoming training on the other stop on the other city, and it's a lot. But we had it balanced. A team, without saying, hey, you take care of this, I take care of this. We just it was a natural flow. But obviously that comes with, we have been ZZs for way too long. So we kind of know the flow. But you took over hotel reservations. Oh, that was another thing. We had 0 reservations. We didn't know where we were going to stay. So yeah, you were always on point doing it and finding the good deals and making the reservations.
And stopping the car. I have reception. Stop here, pull over, and calling or getting on Expedia.
To have the rest of the time just going with that flow was also amazing, because it's stressful for people. People need the certainty of knowing where are we going, how much money we're going to spend, because we didn't know. We didn't even establish a budget. So everything was just wonderful. I hope everybody's happy with how we did it. But it was very last minute. Yeah, even the food. And also another thing, I'm impressed because you don't eat meat. So I can only imagine, because I used to be vegetarian as well, how hard it could be for you to oh yeah, let's go to this place, but there's no options for you to order.
Well, that's the perk of having a cooler in the car. It's well, maybe there's nothing to eat there, and just fried onions. But actually the food was good everywhere.
But you don't make it complicated for a group just because you're the only one who doesn't eat meat.
Yeah,
and that is
easy.
surprising. You're oh yeah, well, I'll just eat rice and beans.
My favorite.
And you were happy with it.
Yeah.
Or you were faking it.
Oh, it's good. I love Tex-Mex.
And that's what you would usually eat?
Well, usually it's nice. It's always nice to have a variety of food on your plate.
Vegetables.
But it was fine. Yeah, that's another thing. It's I think 3 weeks is the max, because I'm just dreaming about going to the market in France and filling up my little basket with tomatoes and the fresh seasonal stuff that's now. So I have a month to go back to that.
Yeah, also for me, I'm used to packing my food and traveling to guarantee I eat the things that my body needs and that gives me the energy for my trainings. But today is the last day and I don't have anything. I don't have my lunch. We actually have to cut this very soon so that I can go buy something to have for my lunch, because I traveling with my own options. So yeah.
So what about you? 3 weeks? Are you sick of me? 3 weeks? 3 weekends?
I am not. And I didn't get feeling like I needed a break from you at all. But I think it's the perfect amount of time for us to go and recharge, because I was thinking about it this morning as I was getting ready. I realized that our friendship is about we boost each other, reignite each other. So we need our time apart to grow apart. And then when we get together and it's telling each other the evolutions, what has happened, what we have learned. And then we inspire each other, feed off each other. But then we have shared everything already. So it's okay, I could see that from now on it will be we will be more quiet. We will be okay, I'm gonna go work, you go work.
Definitely.
Instead of spending time and talking all the time. Because we have updated each other
on
everything. Work related, personal related, yes. So I think this was the perfect time. But we actually shared the room and the same bed for most of the time, and I did not get sick of you.
Yeah.
How about you?
No, same. I missed you last night. I was I have my own bed, my own room, but I'm so lonely.
Because we will be...
Who's snoring? Oh, it's me.
Because we will be making jokes all of a sudden, or a comment or something. Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you, wake up.
Oh, it's a good thing that we slept apart last night, because I went to bed and I kept on messaging you, did you see this? She was let me alone.
For 30 more minutes.
And I could hear you laughing through the wall.
It was hilarious. Okay, so yeah, so no, surprisingly we did very, very well. And the thing that is impressive about you, that you travel across the United States for 3 weeks with a duffel bag.
Thank you. Now I have 4 duffel bags, grocery bags, but somehow they're all going to come together tonight. One bag.
What?
Yeah.
And you found places to wash your clothes
That's
and
the most
reuse them?
Yeah. Well, people are is there anything you need? Can I get you anything? Laundry. Yes. That's the biggest luxury.
And then, well, I guess you did repeat outfits, obviously, for the class, but so we all did. so that we could match you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was impressive. I don't think I would be able to pull that one off. Is it?
Do you have any closing?
Yes. So I had a revelation yesterday that I think this tour, I don't know about you, but I felt like we were on flow as far as creativity, because it made me realize like creativity is not like coming up with new stuff, reinventing the wheel. Creativity is just using the resources we already have and just mixing them in a different way, right? So I like the sparkles of fun that we added here and there to the class, and we made it very different to our other classes that we have been teaching throughout the years. It had a different factor that was more creative.
I agree. But the funny story, we were looking at the oldest videos that our phones could go back before you would take a video on your phone. And I think you found a video from 15, 20 years ago. And she was like, look, it's so different from what I'm doing now. And it was the exact same
thing. Or not. Using that.
The exact same moves, but they look so different.
Yes.
Because they have the evolution of the program, the evolution of our skills as well have improved. The same, but very different. But it was funny how it was like the exact same combination of.
But feels totally different. The environment is different, the growth is different, the way we enjoy it is different, right? But I felt that in this tour we've been in creative flow, or more like in vine creativity, because I do feel that it came with zero stress, at least for me, and it just like was downloaded from the quantum.
Totally.
All these extra ideas that I will be like, dude, we gotta change this part. I have a vision, we're gonna make this happen. And so I believe it's because we have learned to trust that there's a bigger thing taking care of the little details of it. Finally, last night it hit me. The reason why I'm so wowed by your lift is I think it represents us trusting that there's a higher energy taking care of all the things. Like you just did your fall trust.
A literal trust fall.
Because a higher thing was gonna take care of you and was gonna lift you up to a higher height. And I think that's what is happening to us. Right?
It's a beautiful metaphor.
Yes, that the universe has a bigger thing, and we just need to trust instead of like trying to plan and know and the certainty, because you didn't even ask, okay, but who's gonna lift me and how are you gonna lift me and who's gonna grab me? And you just did it. And like I believe that that's what the universe wanted to show us, for us to just let go more and trust in all of the areas of our life and for all the adventures that are to come.
100%.
That was my big realization yesterday during my meditation while he was working between the jam session. I needed my time to meditate, and it was just like, yes, that's what the lift means. Because it's not like it was Daniela's kind of acrobat.
Of course.
Has Daniela seen your lift?
I don't know. I need to. Does he comment?
I wonder what goes through his head when he sees that and everybody in the pool, wow, screaming.
He's like doing a handstand contortion like on a wheel 6 meters up in the air, and people are just like eating their wedding cake, and talking.
Not even, Eileen, being wowed by the show, and here we are with a simple lift and everybody. I wonder what he thinks.
Yeah.
Like he finds it cute.
I don't
like,
know.
oh, there's my hubby.
I'll have to bring him on the podcast.
A king, feeling like a king. Anyway, this is the end of the Aqua Zumba royalty tour. Well, no, because we still have convention. But at Zumba convention, we never know, because classes get canceled if it rains, and it happens a lot. That was my biggest lesson last year. I prepared so much for my special class, and I was like keeping my material just to release it at my class. And then the class got canceled, and that was it. It was only one class. I didn't get to teach it. So thank God I had done a couple of songs in your class, and at least we got to enjoy those. So that will be the grand finale, Zumba convention, but we cannot count on it.
It's sponsored by the universe, so if the universe wants it to happen, it's gonna be epic. If not, we'll just go into a
if not, this is the
room
epic finale, because yesterday was epic. It was amazing.
But our chances are good. You have a training and masterclass. I have 2 masterclasses of training. We have 5 chances to make it happen. That's income. So if none of those 5 chances happen.
BC, yes, but we hope we can also use it as the end of our 2025 tour. and start planning for the next one, because many people are already booking for our tour 2026, and we already have a very beautiful idea on something to offer on our own on next February. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for this beautiful time. You know what? I was also thinking, I want to feel sad that this is the end.
I know. I was like, I'm going to be crying at my whole training today, but...
And like yesterday when the Time of Our Life song started, and I looked at you and I thought, oh, this is the time to get emotional because it's the song before the cool down. Let's get ready to cry. And I kept singing, we kept singing to each other, and I could not feel sad. I just can't get out of this gratitude and like absolute like wholeness, that it was like so perfect, so complete. Maybe it's because I'm going to see you in
a month, so it's not that sad.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay,
but
so I'll bring some tissues to Zincon.
To be honest, I was sad when we were saying bye to Michelle and Satomi. But I can't get sad with you. That is weird.
It's just going to keep getting better and better.
We just meshed.
It's going to be better and better.
Blended our energies.
Yeah, totally. And even when I'm working and teaching the jam and you're in your meditation, we're still connected. So
correct. Yes.
Even if you're in Miami and I'm in France, we're still like...
And lifting each other up.
Still lifting each other up and trusting.
Yes. Let's continue to do full trust. He's going to have it hard because now every single class is going to expect him to have a lift.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be my egos. Like when I go back to teach my regular students and I'm like, are you ready? And they're like, hurry up, you're 1 minute late.
Like the people eating the cake.
Yeah, the people eating the cake.
That's what they mean.
Oh, that's fine.
Awesome. Good luck with that. Can't wait to see it. Thank you for this beautiful time.
Thank you for it.
Aqua Zumba Tour 2025, the greatest holiday. Hey, 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 Aqua Zumba all the way. Hey, 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 feel the rhythm come and play. Hey, 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 success, happiness today. Aqua Zumba Tour 2025, the greatest holiday.
Check it, we're back again. Aqua Zumba Tour, we your best friends. Maria, Richard, lighting up the scene. Fitness, happiness, it's more than a dream. We conquer doubts, we conquer fears. Dance away worries, cheers to the years. Fitness is power, unity's key. Together we rise, a family will be. So grab your friends, grab your crew. Aqua Zumba Tour, we're loving you.